All right, good morning, YouTube. It's Kenny, and got a great flight this morning to Montana. I get to combine two passions of mine, flying and fly fishing. I'm going with a bunch of buddies to Missoula. We filed IFR this morning. It's a little hazy and smoky in the mountains because the fire's out west. In fact, we've got mountain obscuration, AirMed, that's in place for most of my flight through Wyoming and Idaho. We're staying on the Clark Fork. We're waiting and floating just about every day, and really look forward to it. So come along.
Back 3 Alpha Lima, hold short run.
Cirrus 528 Whiskey Lima, Centennial Tower, 917 left, final point, traffic citation, 6 miles final.
Final point, 17 left, 528 Whiskey Lima.
And Cessna 225, traffic just off their left wing, a mile, turning eastbound, Cessna 6400 indicated.
We have the traffic, 225.
Challenger 1 Alpha Mike, turn left Alpha 11, contact ground point 8.
All right, final is clear.
Turn Alpha 11, point 8, 1 Alpha.
Tower 600, traffic 10 o'clock, 2 miles, northbound, Cessna 7100 indicated, additional traffic 1 o'clock, a mile right base for the parallel, Cessna 6700 indicated.
Search and drive 600.
Cirrus 8 Whiskey Lima, fly runway heading, wind 090 at 4, 917 left, cleared for takeoff.
Okay, runway heading, 17 left, clear for takeoff, 528 Whiskey Lima.
Drive 600, 917 left, clear to land, wind 090 at 4.
17 left, clear to land, drive 600.
Cessna 5 clear, verify you have the citation passing off their left in sight.
Yeah, we got the citation site.
Right, your speed's a lot both places.
Roger, continue on Parker Road until you exit the Delta, then off course.
All right, we'll stay once we're out of the Delta, we'll move on course by the clear.
Cirrus 8 Whiskey Lima, traffic ahead and to your right, Cessna up one off the parallel runway.
Traffic inside, 8 Whiskey Lima.
Cirrus 8 Whiskey Lima, additional traffic 1 o'clock,
600.
3 miles, also up one off the parallel runway, another Cessna 6600 indicated. Contact our departure, good day.
Okay, going to departure, good day, back to the plane. All right, YouTube, not much to see. It's really, really hazy. The mountains are only about, 10 miles off to my west here as I'm flying north, and I can just barely see them, so the smoke's really, really bad. So we're going to go ahead and climb and make our way over to Missoula, and we will take some pictures on the way. If we see some cool sights, we'll fly right over Yellowstone, and if it's clear enough, I'll take some good video of that. Otherwise, we'll see you on the arrival. All right, YouTube, it's Kenny. We are here level at 12,000 feet on our way. Hey, we just had an alternator failure. Let me pull this up so you can see it. So ALT2, as you can see, is dead. I've tried recycling the breakers, recycling the master switch. You can see I've got the master switch off now. I believe it's a field wire. That's the typical kind of cause of this thing. So let me show you what happens when that. The good news is, when you have an alternator failure, particularly in the Cirrus, there's 2 alternators, 2 batteries. So the good news is we can keep flying. We don't need to divert because Alt-1, as you can see, is still working. In fact, it's powering all of the ship's power now. And what happens is when you lose Alt-2, which is up here, Alt-1 then powers all the essential and main buses. And you can see Alt-1, get focused in there, has a little bit lower voltage than Alt-2. So we can confirm that over here. If we go over here and look at the main bus 2, which is now usually powered by Alt-2, it's now being powered by Alt-1, and we can confirm that because it's got 27 volts, which is about the power rating for Alt-1. So that's what's happening. The good news is there's no issue. That's why we have 2 alternators, 2 batteries in the airplane. Now, for some reason I lose Alt-1 during the flight, then obviously I'm going to divert because then I'm just down to battery power. But for now, we're going to continue to Missoula. And when we get on the ground, we'll call Cirrus and arrange a repair there at Missoula or somewhere close by.
Now that I determined Alt-2 was completely dead and had it shut down, the next real thought on my mind was, what if I lost Alt-1? And although that's a rare occasion, you also want to plan for the worst. So what if you did lose both alternators? Now you're down to battery power. So one of the things I was doing is really playing around with loads. So you can see here Alt-1's carrying about 26 amps. And if I started to shed some load, like pitot heat that I didn't need, it would actually come down to about 13 amps or so per hour. And that's certainly I could shed some more load, but that was a pretty reasonable amount of load that I could put on 2 batteries. I know that battery 1 carries about 10 amp hours, battery 2 carries about 7 amp hours. So I had about 17 total amp hours running 13 amps of load. So I had about a little over an hour of battery power that I knew I could fly with. So using that data, I then calculated what was my time to the closest service centers along my route. Obviously, if I needed to land, I wanted to land somewhere where I could be serviced. And so, using the technology of my iPad, I knew that Cody along the route was about 38 minutes away, and Billings was a little bit further down. So I knew that within an hour easily of anywhere on my route, I could divert and land and get serviced if for some reason I did lose that second alternator.
Okay, YouTube, it's Kenny. We're back. We're on the approach. I just got lower, so I took oxygen off, and looks like we'll get the visual into 1-2 to Missoula. Welcome back. Spokane 8 Whiskey Lima, we've got Mike.
Cirrus 8 Whiskey Lima, roger. Thank you for Mike. Cirrus 8 Whiskey Lima, firing at 290, back for the downwind.
290, Whiskey Lima.
Cirrus 8 Whiskey Lima, descend about discretion, maintain 10,000.
Okay, 10,000, 8 Whiskey Lima. And just so everybody knows, my personal minimums is landing with no less than 20 gallons of fuel. We're going to land with about 22, so we're right at it. Winds are a little heavier than forecast coming across, so it took us a little bit longer. About 3 hours, 45 minutes, but we're in good shape. Missoula's gorgeous. It sits in this bowl surrounded by mountains. The smoke is not horrible. Kind of cleared up right as we're crossing into northwest Wyoming up towards Yellowstone. So it's a pretty flight. And approach Cirrus 528 Whiskey Lima Airport site.
Cirrus 528 Whiskey Lima, roger. You can expect your visual approach clearance. Once you're clear of the departure corridor, maintain 10,000.
Okay, we'll maintain 10,000 and wait for the visual this window.
Cirrus 8 Whiskey Lima, just coordinated with the tower. They don't have any departures that are close to taxiing out yet. Verify you still have the field in sight.
8 Whiskey Lima, affirmative.
Cirrus 8 Whiskey Lima, clear visual approach, runway 12.
Okay, visual approach 12, and I'm assuming we're setting up for a right downwind here. 8 Whiskey Lima.
Cirrus 8 Whiskey Lima, roger.
Cirrus 2 Whiskey Lima, runway 12, clear to land.
Clear to land, 12528 Whiskey Lima.
Well done, Kenny. Oh yeah. Nice fish.